Hi, Collective. How's everyone? I hope you're all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. We're continuing with the Death Splits the Difference readings today, and the next sign we have here is Taurus. So I did look up the astrology going on for Taurus right now. And we'll start with that and then we'll get to the tarot. Taurus, you have Uranus retrograde in you and it's sextile to Neptune in Pisces. This is very deep energy here. Uranus sextile Neptune in Pisces is seeking illumination and alternate, perhaps unconventional alternatives to experiencing the spiritual. You're receptive to new ideas about connecting to our higher selves, looking for spiritual freedom or revolutionary ways to connect with the doctrine that you already embrace. You are represented in tarot by the Hierophant. It's also called the Pope or the High Priest. Taurus is generally very content with tradition and custom, the formality of ritual, and the comfort that function and ceremony can provide. But with Uranus, the rebel, working with Neptune, the ruler of the deep subconscious, some in the collective may be experiencing the urge to challenge those old principles and find something that's more creative, rebellious, or different. Perhaps finding the same solace in more atypical or even eccentric worldviews, or at least wanting alternatives to the concepts that have long been upheld as law. Uranus rules Aquarius. It's the only planet that spins sideways, and both represent the whimsical, outlandish, erratic, erratic, and the strange. He is God of the sky and the heavens, and his energy calls the soul to higher, more liberated thinking. Neptune rules Pisces, and together they govern the deep, receptive, watery depths of the psyche, intuition, and spiritual enlightenment. But much like the deep ocean it represents, there are strange, formidable things lurking down there, concepts that are alien to us. Light is subdued down there or absent under those waters. And when we go that deep, we must rely on our other senses to navigate. Our inner sight, our whole being becomes a receiver for psychic information. But for many of us unaccustomed to diving that deep within ourselves, it's hard to tell what's real or illusion, true perception, or imagination. Uranus is asking us to leave behind preconceived expectations and look within through more than our eyes. This all may seem fanciful and absurd to you, Taurus. You're logical and stable. Luckily, your ruling planet Venus is already there. She is sitting at 13 degrees Aquarius in Uranus's house, bringing balance, diplomacy, impartiality, and a little beauty to the weirdness. She is logical, if a little flighty, and when you are cynical of the things that you see in Neptune's waters, she's there to slap a snorkel on you so you not only have some needed air energy, but goggles of logic and intellect to see through the depths. But keep in mind that those goggles might not show what you want to see, that the shadows are false, but what you need to see, that they are very much true and a valid part of our reality. I must admit, this might be very uncomfortable energy for you to be in, Taurus. You think of the image of a bull trying to swim in the depths of the ocean. I can imagine that it's very uncomfortable feeling. So we go to the tarot, see what the cards are saying. Remember, we're doing a death splits the difference spread. In this spread, what I do is I go through the decks and I find the death card, and I pull it and the card before and the card after. The card before is what we're supposed to be leaving behind. Death is supposed to transform it, and then the card in front of it is what we're moving on to. So remember, please, not all messages will resonate for every person. Leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You're all at different points in the timeline. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which character you all individually play or where you choose to stand on the stage, whether you are involved in what's happening or you're an observer. I can only read the energy. So from the First Light Tarot, when I went to find the Death card, before it comes the Thought card, and after it you dropped the Chariot. Now the Thought card is not a tarot card proper. It's an oracle card from the First Light Tarot deck, and it calls for looking at all angles. It says to tap into your higher self, use intuition, and dismiss negative thoughts. It says positive thoughts will lead you to source. This is also inner communication. Now, on top of the Thought card, you dropped from the Tarot of the Divine the Six of Cups. So, Taurus, we might be feeling a little nostalgic for something. Literally, nostalgia is in our thoughts. You got the Thought card and the Six of Cups. So you're thinking back, you're reminiscing, you're longing for old days where things were good and innocent. There's love here with the cups. Now you've got the Seven of Cups also, so this may be very emotional for you right now. I'm not sure if it is a relationship that you're thinking of or just a semblance of a time when things were simpler. But usually, the Six of Cups does represent a sweet, young relationship. There's children in the card, usually, and all the cups are filled with flowers. So it kind of represents a connection where it was innocent and young. It was promising. It was equitable. You each just accepted each other and loved each other for who you were and what you brought, and even what you didn't bring. It wasn't a problem. There was real connection and acceptance here. And that's where your thoughts are turning to. The Chariot now, but unfortunately that's the card that was in front of or behind, whichever way you want to think about it. When I filed through the cards and found the Death card, the one behind it was the Thought card with the Six of Cups, and the one in front of it was the Chariot with the Seven of Cups. So behind it is what you're supposed to leave behind, go through the transformation of whatever the Death card was, and transform through it, because that's a turning point. The death is change that you can't come back from. You cannot, you know what I mean? So there was something with this Six of Cups that ended or will end or must end. I don't know if you're being called to put an end to the nostalgia of something that maybe is long past. If you're being asked to put an end to nostalgia for something that wasn't as shiny as you thought it was, or something that's outdated and no longer a part of your life. But I mean, I can't fault you. Nobody can fault you for looking back on that and longing for it again, or just even looking back and admiring what was there in the past. This is often accompanied with the idea of wanting to find that again, but you have to, but it's do you let me try to figure out how to say this. In the longing for this situation, or just the idea of it, because I mean, you can find like you can find that kind of love and acceptance in a nice, sweet relationship with someone else. Maybe you're just being nostalgic for the feeling that you had during that, and you want to find that feeling again. It doesn't necessarily mean that you want to go back to that particular relationship. However, it is possible because everyone in the collective will express this in different ways. So for some of you, you are thinking back to a sweet relationship. For some of you, you're just thinking back to a simpler time when that you want to find a they want me to say analog. You want to find something just as good as that, right? But here comes death, bringing changes that you can't go back from. There was a decision made. The reason I say that is because with this death card, the story on this death card is um akin to the one that's on the Three of Swords in this deck. And what it entails is there was a choice and a decision, and it may have been something reckless, but the decision that was made was a turning point, and there's no going back from that turning point. In this case, this is a myth. I'm not familiar with the whole myth, but the symbolism is there was a boundary that was crossed. And usually it's something like when a person in the story takes on a spouse that is quote unquote cursed, or um, you know, a mystery, mysterious, or whatever, there's always this caveat where you can see me during the day, but don't come looking for me at night. That's symbolic. You can see me in my ego, but don't come looking for me in the illusion. Don't come looking for anything underneath of that. Well, invariably, the curtain is always pulled back. Somebody can't resist peeking. They peek, and that changes the relationship irreparably. Okay, that is what's represented in this death card. There was a pulling back of the curtain, and a truth was revealed, and now there's no going back from that truth. So either you're being called to pull back the curtain of the past and see that relationship for what it was, or some in the collective, you did pull back the curtain and see some kind of truth, and that ruins the relationship after that. And then that was the death of that state of nostalgia. Okay. Now, here after death, you've got the Chariot, Cancer energy. This is drive, determination, ambition, and emotional control. And on top of that, you drop the Seven of Cups. This is Aladdin looking at all the different lamps. Only one has the genie, I believe. I don't think every lamp in that story had a genie in it. He just happened to pick the right one. And that's kind of the feeling when you get the Seven of Cups. To me, the Seven of Cups looks like the vision board, okay? It's like when you place on the board all the things that you want to work towards. Maybe a new job, maybe it's encouraging words, whatever is on your vision board. Okay, but it's all goals. It's goals that you want to reach. It's things that you want to change. It's the wishes you make at the new year for what you want to become. And so all of these have to do with emotional fulfillment. So, are you trying to move forward into something new with all these new choices? Or is one of these cups a choice to go back to what this was in the past? Okay. I was thinking about this a little while ago before I started recording, and they were showing that there are some in the collective who are considering, how did they put it? Will you move forward or will you move towards what you gave up? You know, I don't know if it was given up. I don't know if it was taken from you. I don't know if it just maybe ran its course. But there's some choice here where you can either, like I was saying before, you're in an energy of choosing. And in the back of your mind, you have this kind of on a pedestal. Like, this is what I want. I want what this was. Because this is heavily on your mind here. I heard that you're, oh, this is going to be weird. This is going to sound weird, but I heard that in your mind, you still sometimes talk to this person. Or you still think about, you still like put yourself in this moment. And you still like in your mind interact in this time period. But then there's death here, and I'm not sure if it was a circumstance that changed and then this situation died, or if they're calling you to put an end to this fanciful nostalgia, because this is it's not the truth anymore, it's not real anymore, it's not in your reality anymore. And then here with Chariot, it's telling you like move forward. I'm sensing the energy of keep going. And again, I can't tell if this is an energy of keep going because you'll find it again, or keep going so you can choose something else. And I'll maybe pull some other cards to get some clarification if they choose to clarify. But yeah, some I feel are maybe stuck in this emotional loop. I don't sense regret here, but I do sense like kind of sadness, melancholy. Um, Maybe there is a little regret because once that curtain is pulled back, there often in the story is regret and bargaining and what all the five stages of grief that you go through when death occurs: denial, bargaining, acceptance, things like that. Once this curtain is pulled back, you go through those five stages. Maybe I can rectify this, maybe I can make it right, maybe I can bring it back. No, I don't accept this fate. No, that I made a mistake and I didn't mean it. Can we just start over? Things like that. But unfortunately, death is a boundary marker that you can't cross back over. So there are some in the collective that may have to come to a very tough realization that this is done and over, even though it occupies a very sweet, honored place in your memory. Here in the Chariot, it's saying determine ambition and emotional control. So you're kind of trying to move forward, you're trying to move on, you're trying to get those feelings under control. But again, you've got the choice here. You've got tons of options. Seven of Cups. What do you choose? The genie, the wish, the dream is in one of those cups. And in the Rider-Waite and other decks, you can see what's in those cups. In some, there's like a veiled person, which may represent a new relationship. It's very fulfilling, but you don't see a face yet because they haven't come into your reality yet. There's still a possibility. It's just the idea of finding a relationship that was as sweet as the Six of Cups. In one of the cups, there's maybe like pearls or a necklace or something. It represents riches. In another one, there's a staff and it represents travel. There's all these different things in the cups, and they're all shining in front of you. And you're kind of like, I get to choose, but I don't know what I want. I don't know what would be an illusion. I don't know what would work out. So there is an energy of maybe being a little stuck, a little pause, just while considering options. Like I said, there's two feelings here. There may be two different segments of the collective. Some are actively choosing to go back to it. And I must admit that if you do go back around to it, that person may be different. You're different. The times are different. You may be able to pick up with some of the old feelings, but experience and life changes a person and it will change your dynamic. So, are you really going back to the same person, right? That's the key with the Six of Cups. To me, it's often a lower vibration of the Lover's card because it's young, it's innocent. And the Lover's is more mature and more experienced, and they enter into the relationship with full knowledge and full faculties and full agency to be in a partnership that is equitable. But when you're a child, it just seems to happen naturally, you know? So this does feel like a lower vibration of the Lovers. In fact, it's a six, and the Lovers is the number six. But um that's interesting. Hang on a second. So the thing with the Lovers is, like I said, you're entering into a relationship with somebody and it's brand new, and you're going in with very pure intentions, pure love, pure acceptance. Everything is good. I love you. You love me. We can do this. But it's before there has been any trials or tribulations, there's been any, challenges, there's been any fighting. Um, So it's the next. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. It's 1 second. I'm trying to check something. The thing with the Lovers is that the next step after that, where the Lovers appear in another card, is in the Devil card. I'm trying to find, because I'm trying to. Let me see. And the Devil is the Lovers after life has ruined them. They're still in the connection, but it's now become a burden. So you have to really be careful that maybe that Six of Cups little connection was, I feel like you're measuring too much against it. Because, like I said, it was perfect for the time period it was in, but you don't know if it would have survived what life had brought you. You don't know if if this Six of Cups could have turned into the Lovers. You don't know what damage could have happened to that. So there's always a feeling of it's pure in your memory, and you remember it that way, and you hold on to the idea that it was perfect, but there was no guarantee that it was always going to be perfect. There's no guarantee that it was always going to be pure and um, innocent and, you know what I mean? Pristine. There, because from the Six of Cups, it turns into the Lovers, where you guys mature and maybe go into a grown up, quote unquote, grown up relationship. But then it goes to 13, which is the Devil. No, that's death. Um, that it goes to the Devil, which is the Lovers in Chains. You know, so you don't know that it would have stayed that way. So this Chariot is either encouragement to let it go and move towards something that can be just as good. Okay, but like I said, in the other decks, the Seven of Cups often has a veiled face in one of the cups, meaning there is a chance to have another relationship that was just as sweet. It'll just be with a different person, and to leave this Six of Cups on the pedestal. Okay. Now, like I said, for others, I was getting a feeling that You want to put an end, that's the death card. You want to put an end to just thinking about this person. You want to put an end to just thinking about how good the past was. You pulled back the curtain. There was an irreparable change to the relationship, but you want to put an end to just being nostalgic about it. And for some in the collective, the drive and determination of the chariot is a hard U-turn to go back. That's what you're choosing. For some in the collective, the cup on the Seven of Cups that you're choosing is to go back to that same person. Okay? So let's try to get some clarification here. Let's see what happened with this Six of Cups in the past. Why is it in your thoughts all of a sudden? Why is the collective thinking of the Six of Cups, please? Why is the collective thinking of the Six of Cups? Taurus collective, please. Why is the Taurus collective thinking of the Six of Cups? Oh, I forgot to say that this is for any placement of Taurus. Taurus placement can be Sun, Moon, Rising, which is the usual placements that most readers read for. But for me, okay, nope, that's too many. For me, when I do my collective readings, this is for any placement. We all have all 12 signs somewhere in our charts, okay? So this could be for Taurus Sun, Rising, Moon, Venus, North Node, Stellium, or if you just are curious about one of the houses that your Taurus is in, maybe your Taurus is in the 4th house and there's really nothing in it, and it's not rising and your moon isn't there, but there may be something going on in your emotional family area of Taurus, that Taurus is in that you want to look at. Or if maybe Taurus is in the 9th house or the 11th house, whatever area of life your Taurus sign falls in, that's where you can maybe find this energy playing out for you. So let's see. Taurus, why is the Six of Cups on your mind? Because it was the Ten of Cups reversed. There was conflict and neglect. Somebody, you had it. You had the Ten of Cups with this person. So maybe this isn't from childhood. Maybe this is a relationship that is from, maybe it started in childhood, but you got to the Ten of Cups with this person. No? No? Hang on. I heard almost. I heard there was possible, but it didn't come to fruition. That's why it's in reverse. Somebody saw it. Somebody felt it. Somebody wanted it. And before you got to it, it just wah wah. It just didn't happen. Something, I heard the balloon going, it blew away. There was something that killed it right before it got to it. Dang. I feel like in your thoughts and in your minds, you really felt like you could have the Ten of Cups with this Six of Cups person. This is a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. There was a lot of love here. Not only was there a lot of love here, but there was a lot of love, even more love possible. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. There was a lot of love possible here, but it ended in dysfunction, conflict, and neglect. Somebody neglected to see the value. That's what I'm hearing. Someone neglected to see the value in the cups. Wow, that's why you're thinking about it again, because it just didn't quite get there. Ten of Cups reversed. It was possible, maybe it was wanted, maybe it was thought to be a option, but for some reason it just did not come to fruition. They all poured out. There was such a potential of happiness here. There's two happy people, two kids. I think there's a dog in there. There really was the opportunity in this Six of Cups relationship. to have it all. And for some reason, the cups were dumped out before it could get anywhere. So, Spirit, why is Taurus now with the Chariot and the Seven of Cups? Are they going forward to look for it in someone else? Or are they considering turning the Chariot around and going for what was lost? Honestly, when I was saying before that you don't know what life would have dealt, you don't know what this would have turned into if you had continued with it, now you do. It could have been the Ten of Cups, and I think you're sensing that, Taurus. Now, why is the Seven of Cups on the Chariot for this Taurus energy, please? 10 of Pentacles. You really want to invest in this. Because this is your future, I heard. Holy cow. Honestly, I've been hearing a lot better lately in the channel. So now, like I said, there's two different parts of the collective here. Some are going to choose to go forward because you're looking for your Ten of Pentacles. This is abundance and reward in due time. You're working towards something else that will bring you a Ten of Pentacles. Now listen, that Ten of Pentacles is maybe financial stability and a lovely life with someone else, but it's not the Ten of Cups. It's not the emotional fulfillment. Those pentacles are very much, this is great, this is wonderful, we're happy, everything is fine, everything's taken care of, everything's paid for, I don't have to worry. Now, where in that description did I say this is the love of my life? Where in that description is this is the fulfillment of my heart? This is mostly financial. So some in the collective, maybe after the death here and you moved on to something that you chose out of this Seven of Cups that did bring you a very sweet, not a very nice life. It was good, it was stable, you were provided for, there was warmth, there was happiness, there was provision, there was enough to share with everybody, but was there love? Because they're telling me you can buy a lot of things with money, but you can't buy that love. And it was here with that Six of Cups. This is the Ten of Cups. This may be, look, they're happy. They're happy. You don't see a house though. Like this may have been happiness without the financial happiness. Like the old adage of marrying for love. The poor can marry for love, right? That was the adage. Where some people choose to marry and be happy, stable, level, easy. Ups and downs are manageable. I heard, how did they want me to say this? I heard money can buy an expensive bed, but what's in it is more important. I don't know if that'll sit with anybody. Meaning you can have the best, greatest, most comfortable bed in the world, but if the person in it with you is not your emotional fulfillment, that bed is not going to matter. But it was like here, in the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups reversed, they don't have any of these pentacles. Do you see the difference? They're out there in nature. They're out there in the elements, happy. But there's not a lot of financial security there. But there was emotional security, and it all got dumped out. Now, I'm not faulting anybody for the decisions that they make. Absolutely not. But it just seems like there was a turning point here where the past was left behind, even though it had the promise of full emotional fulfillment, and there was the choice to move on. The cup was chosen for the pentacles, right? This again, the 10 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This is legacy. Okay, this is enough to leave generations. And maybe not even like 5 generations. This isn't million billionaire wealth, but this is comfort enough to sustain many people. Whereas the Ten of Cups is love and support and companionship and all the emotional things enough to sustain many people. So it looks like there was a choice made, and once that curtain was pulled back, there's no going back from that. So that's what I have for that. There's no real resolution to this. This is just an energy read of where it is right now. And where it is right now is, I feel, Taurus, you are nostalgic for something that you sensed was emotionally fulfilling, but something changed the dynamic and you left that in the past and you moved forward to something that was more financially stable. There was still happiness here. I'm not going to front. There was still happiness here, but I get the sense that in the middle of all this wonderful, you know, there was there was always something, you always felt like something was missing. Now, if this hasn't happened yet for you and you're choosing this, I want you to understand that there is great abundance here, okay? But I just always get the feeling with these two together that it's a hard choice. And a lot of people do tend to choose the financial stability over the emotional fulfillment because you can love each other to the moon and back, but if you're living in a cardboard box, that's not going to be very conducive to a healthy relationship for very long. Whereas some of you just chose the financial stability with a person that absolutely brought you happiness. I feel like this is soulmate versus karmic, okay? The soulmate and a karmic is different, but there are instances where you can have a perfectly fulfilling life with a karmic relationship, okay? And that's, I believe, what was chosen. Somebody chose that instead of the illusion, quote unquote, of what they thought could maybe have happened. It's like almost like somebody said, well, this is possible, but this is right in front of me right now. And I can only deal with what's in front of me right now. That's very earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I can only deal with what reality is showing me. And reality is showing me that this person that's in front of me right now, I will have a stable, happy life with, versus this person that is only a possibility in my heart might be my true love. Like my heart might want to be with that person, but there's no guarantees that it would stay that way. So there was a choice made. That's it. Now, for some of you, like I said, there could be some in the collective that are choosing to U-turn that chariot and choosing to go back to try with that Six of Cups because they see that. Now remember, this is like another portion of the collective that I'm talking to. That the ones that are going to turn around and go back. If you do choose to turn around and go back, there is a 10 of Pentacles possible with that in the past too. Okay? Let's try to go, let's get a Ancestor Oracle message. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave me a thumbs up subscribe, share my videos. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I would love to do a 3-card spread for you as a thank you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are in my description. I appreciate any and all feedback, a signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. The oracle card we drew was the Water Guardian, and how appropriate because we've got all these cups spilled and empty and possible, all this emotion here. So we definitely need the Water Guardian. It says connect with your emotions. Take time to understand how you really feel and know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand messages directly from your soul. Your angels want you to know that it's okay to feel the emotions that are surfacing in you at this time. It doesn't matter if they are joyous or sad, they are all powerful messages that allow you to understand what you want and what you need. That's the key. 10 of Cups, what you want. 10 of Pentacles, what you need. That's where you are in the middle here. That's amazing. See, I always say that this part of the reading is my favorite because so many times the oracle cards start bringing everything together, tying it together. I'll read it again. It doesn't matter if they're joyous or sad. They are powerful messages that allow you to understand what you want and what you need. Taking time to breathe and acknowledge them lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. That's another thing. When I was talking about Uranus being sextile to Neptune in Pisces, the deep waters of intuitive emotions, Taurus as the bull, a very earth-bound animal, being thrown into those waters and not knowing how to swim, not knowing how to navigate, being in very scary territory because you're having to process things that usually are kept in the depths. And when you're at the most vulnerable or the most scared, look at the card that you dropped, the Water Guardian, here to pull you or guide you, protect you, nurture you while you're in those waters. So it's taking time to breathe and acknowledge those emotions. It lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. Note that there are also intuitive and psychic messages arising in you at this time, and unless you acknowledge everything as it comes up, you may miss important guidance that can lead you to support and love. See? That's crazy. Where here it says there are intuitive and psychic messages arising in you at this time. I remember saying about this over here with thought on the thought card. You have communication. Thought communication is telepathy. And that's why I was trying to describe it as you are in, there's a part of your mind and your heart that is still in this relationship and you still talk to this person. Well, now I'm getting the feeling that you're not the only one. Or the communication is not just one way. Like you're not just imagining it in your mind that you're talking to this person. You are actually on a 5D level. Your hearts are still connected. Thought communication. That explains it right there. And maybe that's why some in the collective are turning that chariot around. So, Taurus, like I was saying, this is very odd territory for you to be in. It could be uncomfortable. You could think that it's all an illusion, but you are also wanting to experience something that is unconventional, and maybe that past relationship was unconventional. Now you have the water guardian here, and she's guiding you to understand those deep emotions and where they're coming from. So we're going to get some final oracle messages, just little bits of maybe advice for you, Taurus. I'm trying to think if there's anything else they want me to say. I heard for some that Seven of Cups is the choice. Look, I mean, I'm sorry to stutter, but they're saying it's only an illusion if you decide that it was. Oof, I don't know who that's going to resonate with. It's only an illusion if that's what you decide what it was. Give me a few, thank you. No, that doesn't count. How about this one? Oh, jeez. The belonging you seek is not behind you, it is ahead. 666. Fear is an illusion. What did I say? You might be very fearful in those depths, Taurus. You're an earth sign going through some deep emotional waters. It says remove fear, doubt, and negativity. Those are the true demons. Pay attention to red flags. Clouds and indecision. And 333. Okay, I'll take that. That's wonderful. Okay. You're really stuck here, Taurus. I'm not sure who I'm connecting with right now. This is crazy. Because I know only a couple Taurians, and I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what this could be. So, this is definitely for part of the collective that I'm not familiar with here. You've got indecision, okay? And you've got the clouds, confusion, hidden secrets, doubts, misunderstandings, insecurity, and possibly not enough information. I think that's what you feel. You feel like there's not enough information to make this decision, and that's why you're indecision is definitely, I made this because it reminds me of the Seven of Cups. Look at that. Indecision, all the different choices. Okay, I definitely get the same vibe. In fact, I made the card in order to like almost mimic what that is. Are you indecisive about turning around? You're indecisive about what to choose. You're indecisive about which one. It's like you can't decide if you made a bad choice or not. You know? Clouds and decision, but you feel like this is definitely Six of Cups energy. The belonging you seek is not behind you, it's ahead. But for some of you, the ones that are turning the chariot around, is that like if you're going it's so odd. Like they're showing me a loop. They're showing me a chariot on a circuit. The past can be the future if you turn around to go towards it. Do you know what I mean? Or so like it's talking about orientation. If your chariot is pointed forward, then the past is behind you, right? But if you turn it around and face the past, then your present is behind you. So which way are you facing? Whichever way you're facing, it's saying the belonging you seek is not behind you, it's ahead. So which way are you choosing to go? Are you choosing to go forward to a new relationship or to continue this relationship? Or are you turning around to seek the old one? Whichever way you're pointed, that's the belonging that's ahead of you. That's what they're showing me. You've also got to pay attention to the red flags. Now, I'm not sure if this is the relationship you're in, or if this is you, or what, or if it's signposts along the way. I'm not sure. They also got the poison card. It says the situation or something in it is toxic. Oh, heavy energy around. Is this where you are now? Maybe. Okay, so remember I was saying I don't know why Taurus is thinking about this past in Six of Cups so fondly. I think it's because in the current state there are red flags here where you feel like the situation that you are in has some kind of toxicity in it. So maybe now you're thinking, boy, what I had before, even though it didn't come to anything, there was a lot of potential there for me to be happy, even if it wasn't financially as abundant. That's what I have, you guys. This took a lot out of me. This was some odd energy for me to be in. Like, I have Capricorn energy, but I don't have any Taurus and no Virgo. So, Earth energy is a little bit odd for me to be in. I'm mostly air and fire, a little bit of water. So, that's what I have, you guys. I hope that resonated. Um, I hope I made sense. Leave me some feedback, okay? Oh wait, we didn't do the angel numbers. My goodness. I knew I felt something missing. The angel numbers 333. Angels and spirit are near you now. It says we hear you. This has come up like twice in the last couple days. We hear you. The angels hear you. And then, like I said, 666, fear is an illusion. Now, the reason I put that with 666 is because every time we hear that number, people get terrified of it. Oh my God, it's the devil, you know. But this is saying that fear is an illusion. So if you're afraid to make a move either way, that's what that negativity I heard maybe is a red flag also. Remove fear, doubt, and negativity. Those are the true demons. Okay? So that's what I have. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. I hope that made sense. This was a real weird one. Taurus, I hope the collective received this well until I see. Oh, we're going to do Gemini in the next couple days, and I'm hoping to get out a moon reading because moon is moved into Leo. So I was hoping to get a Leo moon reading. We'll see you maybe in the next couple days. Okay. Thanks, guys, for sticking with me. Bye.